to this week's episode of SASANS and Dragons, our homebrew house rule infested game of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. I am Magnus Beasticus, your dungeon master for the evening, and joining me as our players on this grand adventure, the heroes of the Scim of Tars. To my bottom left, your bottom right.
My bottom right. You stay away from my bottom right.
Ooh.
Character Theragar Fertile Green. I am a male hill dwarf. I like long walks in the forest, returning staffs of Yaldrasil to the World Tree, and speaking to owlbears. Yeah.
Ooh, Aldane Faradun. Human, cleric. I walk around roaming, searching for historical artifacts and learning anything I can about healing, wearing white robes and flowing things.
Should learn against necromancy, you know?
You know, I don't need to, because I have a scimitar, and these are the Sims of Tar.
We have all scimitars.
To our bottom left,
And all
my
of our
bottom
bags of
right
holding.
corner, your bottom left corner. Take it away.
I play Alexandria Lorian, a female Kalistar ranger. I like to live in the forest. I live away from people usually. I'm searching for people to help me avenge my clan. I'm done running from the people who are chasing me, and yeah, may have found some suitable people, but they don't seem very trustworthy right now.
You already lost one.
Yes, we did lose a life mage.
We did lose someone.
Wow, we had another life mage.
You all know me. I'm Urchak, level 6, Goliath Barbarian.
I drink fast.
All right, when last we left the adventurers known as the Sims of Tar, or the Scim of Tars, they had successfully convinced 3 of the 4 tribes to join together in the coming battle against the vile Lord Arentius. The Bloodbraid clan, revealed to be made up of centaurs, half-human, half-horse creatures, are all that remain to be convinced. Chief Garelma, stoic in her nature, promised unity if the Scim of Tars can bring her son's pendant back to her, a lock of Garelma's own braid, and gestures off into the distance to you all, to about a 300-foot-high rock standing in the center of the forest, with some foliage. It looks like almost like a nest is at the top. When you had asked the Bloodbraids what they had done with the Proud Cairns, who should have come here before you all, Garelma just repeats her gesture, and upon further inspection of the rock off in the distance, you see the shadowed outlines of the tribesmen of the Proud Cairn climbing, and they're about 3/4 of the way up, and you had made out outlines of winged creatures that seem to be swooping down and making the Proud Cairn clan their prey. We pick up now with you all at the base of this rock, having reached your arms up to take your first handhold to climb to the top of this large 300-foot high piece of stone. And you had spotted that griffins were the creatures attacking your Proud Cairn friends, or whatever they may be to you guys. I don't know that information. So, what do you do?
Well,
Should
we
we,
start
is there a shop around here we can buy some? I feel like we're
No,
gonna need.
we're in the bunch of rocks.
we need to move up.
Are there
We
any?
need to move
Is
up
there
out
any?
of nowhere. You don't think
Is there any
a shop and a rock
coverage?
or something?
So there's a wall. There's a climb up.
Mhm.
Griffins above.
Mhm.
Are there any pockets or areas that are covered where griffins can't come and swoop? So is there any coverage, foliage?
Roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's an 18 plus
Sort of hear like,
20.
"Ah!" As a rock flew up from behind you all, Fleg was sort of assuming the having thrown something position, as the rock just like shoots up about 50 feet, clatters onto the rock or onto the stone above, and it falls down. He goes, "Looks like we have to climb." Would you roll?
20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
There are some portions where like the rock will come out and overhang a little bit. It seems to be like the first half of the climb, about 150 feet, is pretty easily navigated with larger portions of stone curling outward. And so that is the area where you'll find more coverage. But the higher it gets after the midpoint, it starts to sort of smooth out and just ascend perfectly vertically.
Great. That's the only way up?
Yes.
We don't see any other way around.
Well, I mean, so, you know, you've got creative ways. There's an infinite number of ways to do any one thing. So
I would I like to do a perception check. Kind of look for actual. Can we do like a survival check, perception check? I'm trying to just look for paths more traveled than others. It's
up the rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Wow. Yeah. You sort of like squint your eyes and see like the first imprint towards the bottom that looks like it's more worn out than the others, and that's sort of like you follow that upwards and find not only the climb the holds of like the path well traveled, but you can understand how every single human being and other species has climbed this rock before. So whatever technique you use best, you found a path for it. You get advantage on any sort of athletics or climbing check.
This makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Just
beautiful stone.
Guys, just follow me. I used to be in the mountain range.
That's a lie.
No. Trust me. Just follow me.
No.
Very well.
Please.
I'm gonna stay down here.
That's fine.
And he sort of looks at the meek character of Fleg, the Thunder Tusk rider, and he goes, "I'm gonna stay with him. Yeah, you're not climbing too, are you? No, you got another thing coming if you think I'm climbing that."
Hey, Fleg.
Flex is down though.
Hey, Fleg and Flex. Why don't you show us some of your skill and try to hurl some of those rocks right at those griffins up there? Keep them.
I already tried. Just keep
trying.
all Fleg had.
Just keep
I
trying.
don't even think I can climb up anymore.
You don't have to
wore
climb.
myself out.
You don't have to climb. Think about it. Think of the honor and the glory you'll receive if you start killing and trying to throw a rock at one of those griffiths up there. It's pretty awesome. I mean, how often do you see a griffith?
You just hear out of the woods, "Griffiths!" A bunch of birds start flying away.
Everyone just starts crying.
Roll a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm.
And her check loses it.
Wow. Jared, what is that?
Which
Roll
die?
my persuasion
Well,
check.
that is a natch.
Oh, 2 naturals.
One.
Back to back.
No, it's an extra 20.
Oh, it's good.
Natural one.
It's 20.
It's 20. It's 20.
Damn, son.
He sort of leans in closer to
Easy
you,
game.
and he's an easy foot, maybe foot and a half taller than you, and he goes, "How about I throw you?"
No. No one's going to know if you throw
He
me.
goes in to grab you. Are you resisting?
I am...
How about we just follow her check? Just follow
Yeah,
her check.
I'm resisting.
You are resisting? Okay, roll an opposing strength check.
Oh, shit.
As this is going, I'm making my way up the path that I
I'm
have
not
Actually-
sure you're going to.
spotted.
Can
I change my mind and do something else?
He's reaching at you. There's nothing you can do about that. And the exchange did happen where you said the worst thing you could have possibly said to him somehow in that situation. So
Wow, 1.
another one
Nice.
No, it's a 1.
Yeah. He sort of like grabs you by your shoulder, lifts you up, and then like puts his hand underneath your feet to sort of like compress you down a little bit, hoists you on top of his shoulder and
Wait.
squats down and looks at you. And it's not even like he's doing this maliciously. He's like, "You ready?"
Why does that happen if I rolled a 20, though?
He said 1.
The first one was a 20.
I was
What
kidding.
Okay, never mind. No, that does not happen then. I thought you said...
I was like, wow, this is
I said natch 1 as a joke.
Oh,
'cause
okay,
I left it
okay.
open for natch.
Jeez.
Okay.
So,
I didn't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I was like, how did this go so bad?
No, yeah. He goes, "Okay, my pleasure, yeah." And he gets the closest stone that he has, and he says, "Just point it out."
I'll let you know when to throw it. Lead us up.
I make it look real easy as I climb up that path. Like, whoa, anybody could do it. Just follow.
Okay, you have, I'll say just like normal climbing speed, and any check if you want to go, anything gets, tumultuous or anything, you'll have advantage on your rolls going up.
Cool.
So yeah, as of right now, you have her check. Unless you slow down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like pause, like wait for him. I'm like, no, I'm gonna point it out, like to them, like right there, grab there.
Okay.
I'm gonna help them out as much as I.
What do we?
I'm gonna be the climbing master here, like we're here, like.
You don't have to roll anything right now. You guys leave the first 75 feet with relative ease. It's more so just like climbing up larger boulder, lifting yourself up, sort of like gaining your bearing in climbing up with much larger holds. Herchek is sort of holding his arm down and lifting you guys up, like pushing his hand underneath your shoulders to help you get higher. It's real concerted team effort here.
Thanks, Rakvar.
You get it high enough now to where just like your natural body is going to get a little bit more worn out. So in order to we're gonna switch from just being able to scale easily to athletics checks.
Ooh.
So
I see.
At this time, I'm gonna try to yell to Flag. Hey, Flag, start throwing those rocks.
all right, and you're and it just sort of like crashes into the stone wall about 20 feet below you.
Okay, it's fine. It's
All right.
fine.
Athletics.
Ready for another.
Just keep going. Just keep going. I'll just keep going all day. Hit those griffins.
Are we rolling on
Athletics.
I have an idea. Yeah, I want an athletics check from everybody, or tell me how you are now ascending. It could be athletics. It could be something else, depending on what you tell me.
I'm definitely using my athletics on this.
All right, go ahead. Roll twice.
Ooh. 22.
Okay, above a 20, you can now give somebody else advantage on their roll.
Ooh, who?
Or I'll say like a +5.
We've been adventuring together. Who I would know who was like not so good at climbing.
Well, you've got a rogue, you've got a druid, and you've got a cleric who reads books all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna help out Aldane.
All right, athletics.
Wonderful.
Oh,
The ranger.
ranger. You're all the same.
It
You all
was-
look the same to me.
You saying you move so elegantly and agile that it seems as though
So
you
this big
were one
dude
of the
is
shadows.
is hucking
God.
rocks at griffins.
How is that possible?
He is, but he's like
Good advantage.
you saw the
Oh.
first time he did it, and it was.
Helps.
didn't
Is it
quite
possible?
get
Is it
up
possible to roll to get a 0?
100 feet.
Yeah, it is.
For what?
I got a 1, and then it's a -1 because of my athletics, so it's a 0. But I get advantage.
You do get advantage.
Before I start to
Thank
ascend,
Christ.
We'll take away the.
I'm gonna cast when it's
Don't even tell me it's another natural one.
20.
Is this like the 4th natural one in a row?
No, first 2 are natural 20s. The second 2 have
Natural
been
ones.
natural ones.
That's another natural one.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh
put
my
this
God,
guy
what the-
over here.
It's like a really nice flow in the beginning, her check, where you're like lifting people up and then like ascending super
So
easy
that's
for
a-
you,
that's
like,
a
grabbing
0.
different
It's a 0.
handholds.
You
And,
literally just went like, fuck you.
You get to
Jumped
about
off
like
Chris Angel.
you get to about 120 feet up before you see the perfect hold, and you look down to Aldane,
Oh,
and
shit.
you nod your head like, "Are you ready for this?" Do you see that hold up there? And you grab his arm. He lifts his leg up and holds himself ready to sort of leap. And you nod, throw him up. He grabs the stone hold, and it and he just free falls. You reach out to grab him, and your hold falls as well. Both of you are now free falling from 120 feet up.
Oh fuck!
What do you do, Alexandria? What did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet.
Roll.
How close am I to the like how far away am I from the
That is a sick ass dice. You guys are all within a few feet of each other.
14.
No. How close am I to the wall?
Oh, you're right up against the wall. You're
Okay, I'm gonna try to take my action, just slow myself down.
And remember, you get advantage with anything that you're trying to do,
Yeah.
but you are
Just
now
let me go. Just let me go. Just let me go.
I got a 14. Yeah.
A 14, you're like 10 feet behind everybody else, sort of like slowly taking your time. Sometimes
17.
Oh, this is so.
17 to what?
For just trying to stop us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you embed your axe. This is what you're wielding.
Yeah.
Okay, axe into the stone, and just stone is just pouring off of both sides of your axe before slowly coming to a halt.
If I can, if possible, when I stop, like look for Aldane and like.
Aldane was following in time with you, so he's as soon as you slow down, he's continuing to drop.
All right.
Theragar, what did you roll?
I don't really have anything for her checking this.
Is there anything that you are? Is there any special way that you're climbing, or are you just gonna do it?
I have to do it by strength, and I have a 13.
A 13?
Yes.
You rolled a 13?
I rolled an 11 with a +2.
Oh, okay. You are having a hard time passing that. As soon as it gets like a little bit harder, you're
just try to grab onto the wall.
didn't pace yourself quite too much. So you're about let's say 20 feet below Alexandria. And now her check has done what he's done to save himself. Aldane, you have a move as well. Aldane has just passed you, Alexandria.
Like,
Huh?
do you have dimension? Piece of the rope on my back.
No.
Just like toss like one end down, like as it just falls.
Sleight of hand. Get sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Let's see.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm putting this dice away.
I'm gonna cast.
Yeah, just retire that
if
one.
I can.
That's not gonna work. Nope. I got a 3.
Enhance ability.
No, it's a 6. I mean.
And it's a 2nd level spell, and I'm gonna cast
just
full
like,
strength on myself as well as big boy over here.
You can do it on 2 people.
2 people. It's a 3rd level spell. It's 2 people.
Okay, taking up the rear from everybody, you sort of see like the sun get blotted out as Aldane's shadow is now getting larger over you, and you look up and see him falling, and you quickly, with holding one hand and your, actually you don't have a holy symbol, you're a druid, just like clutching your staff, imbue yourself. You feel sort of your cranium get more fortified as small horns sort of like protrude from your skull, and you get a bit larger as well. Your
like
grip
ram's
becomes
horns,
easier.
Or they're like elk horns, or they're like
It's bull's strength, isn't it?
bull strength. Yes, sir.
Bull's horns.
Okay.
And your grip becomes much easier. This climb now, instead of sort of wearing you out a little bit, becomes almost effortless. And you see Aldane, his form, as you reach out your hand, and his form starts to increase in size slightly as his clothes start to stretch across his body.
Steroids.
Instant steroids.
We get advantage on strength checks, basically.
Okay, what do you? You have one opportunity right now.
I got 2. Oh, what am I gonna do? Are you reaching out your hand or something?
No, you're enhanced, so you have a advantage on your strength roll now.
Okay.
Enhances you, and then he just continues about his business climbing.
Well, it's good, right?
It. Yeah.
I am going.
I feel like I could thorn whip you.
To
That's gonna hurt.
Unsheath my scimitar.
Okay.
And try to just. I can't stick in the rock, but I'm gonna try to like, just find a little crevice and just like try to hook myself onto something with the scimitar.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check. At advantage.
One more.
It's 13. Okay.
16.
Do I add modifiers here?
Yeah. It's whatever your strength is.
Okay. Oh God, please! How bad is it gonna be?
Throw now.
Where
You're a
is
cleric. You should be pretty strong.
15.
15. You manage to get your scimitar out, and you, with all of your strength, thrust it against the stone wall, and it sparks off. And you try and redirect it in, correcting your form. Embeds just enough, more and more and more. The more you're sliding down, the more it gets inserted into the stone before you come right at the 75-foot mark on one of the sort of like boulders that's protruding. Your feet, your toes land. Stones falling from where your blade is inserted.
How far are we?
Scimitar's gone then, because I can't yank it out.
Your scimitar is, the blade is entirely ruined, and it's stuck in there.
It's How far are we away from the griffins now?
Sorry,
you're
Herchek.
like 85 feet. She's like 95, or she's like 100 feet. Her check's about 100 feet as well. And it's a 300 foot high rock. So you guys are about a third of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of just seeing that the 75 foot mark is where it starts to get difficult, and you just encountered, most of you slid back down to where you were. Looking up, you realize that this isn't just a casual feat that you can leap. Maybe her check without all of you, but if it's all four of you, you might need something a bit more.
Does anyone have any rope?
What you want stupid rope for?
We all have rope.
What do you want stupid rope for?
We should attach ourselves to her check.
Well, we can't have a conversation right now because we're all like hundreds of feet apart from each other.
We should attach ourselves to her check.
I tried to
Yeah,
let go of my-
sounds pretty
I tried to
good.
let-
Who has the rope?
Down, but
We all have
I don't
rope.
think it's. I got
Well, if he
6 on
has
that
rope, he can
check,
just drop
so-
down his slack.
Yeah. Can I? Where I'm at right now? Am I above everybody?
How long
still?
is your rope?
50 feet.
50 feet of rope slaps you in the face, Aldane.
Nice.
As you land immediately after your toes hit, just the bundle slaps and slides off
Wait,
your body.
you threw the whole bundle at me?
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Why did you
As
do
you get like massive whiplash.
Tried to take it off, but I rolled a 6, so it just kind of unhinged.
Tried to throw it at you in time, but ended up instead of throwing like a piece of the rope, ended up chucking the whole thing down.
I wanted to give you a rope, but I moonbeamed you instead.
It's common
I'm gonna
misunderstanding.
take out my rope and I'm gonna attach it to good looking stone, good hefty looking piece.
Good looking stone.
Good looking boulder. I'm gonna tie it and I'm gonna throw it down.
Did you take the rope, or did you just let it fall?
It hit me in the face and continued falling.
Okay, it's gone.
I'm gonna go for her check's rope as soon as.
Okay, her check.
I rolled
tied
a-
a rope.
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
Did you roll at advantage?
Uh,
For tying a rope, you wouldn't have.
yeah,
advantage.
I would say
Okay.
no for
14.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, you're pretty confident in it. Another party member just sort of like leans down, puts their hand on their chin, and scrutinizes it a little bit, and he gives it like slaps it, gives it the thumbs up. And you're good to go. So her check, and then Theragar, and anybody else grabbing the rope.
I'm grabbing the rope.
I'm for sure grabbing the rope.
Grabbing it.
Okay.
Oh,
Her check, Theragar, Aldane, and Alexandria is taking up the rear.
How do I get behind everybody?
It's her. I don't know. Her. Never mind. Her check threw down the rope after he tied it onto himself. You grabbed it, and then
You're next to me.
Theragar, and then Aldane is carrying up the rear. All right. I want
This is going
her
pretty
check.
well.
Actually, I want everybody to
Is it a
roll.
wisdom saving
roll,
throw?
No, roll.
Aren't any
Roll
of
an
these
athletics
optional?
check. Everybody roll an athletics check, and add 5 to your roll. Her check, roll at advantage.
You roll at advantage too. No need.
Oh, because of the.
Yes.
Oh, advantage.
20, not
Add 5 to it.
Add 5 to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 23.
Oh wait, we roll it. If you roll
Oh,
it,
that's a nat.
No, you don't roll at advantage,
Oh.
Alexander.
Oh, bro.
Well, if we roll at advantage.
Great. 19.
This is not the song that I need.
Well,
We need like a climbing song.
+5, I got 6, but without it, I got
What's a
1.
climbing song?
I don't know.
There's a song called "The Climb."
No.
What's a game with when you're scaling a mountain? Oh, Skyrim scaling the what's it called, the throat of the world song.
Scaling the throat of the world?
There's like a level where you gotta climb up the big mountain in Skyrim.
Yeah, it's like the first mission.
Yeah, and they have to play a song.
Skyrim
Climbing the mountain.
climb song extended. Minstrel's Lament.
I don't know if that's the one.
It sounds like it's going to be sad.
Or I could just play Witcher 3 soundtrack. Always a great time. Fits everything.
It's a bit too peaceful.
You can play the song that's on the Pass of Kelithos on the first Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, I was just thinking.
Is that C or K?
K. I don't know how to spell it.
We must take the Pass of Kelithos.
Song. You gotta put the song. Just.
I don't even.
No, it's
Wow.
not.
Damn. I know that song. I just don't know what it's called.
Here, I'll
All
find
right,
it.
we're doing
I'll
it.
find it.
Let me know when you do. All right. Okay, so her check. What'd you roll?
Oh,
20, not natural.
20. Aldane, 22.
19.
19. Alexandria.
So I got a natural 1, but you said +5, so.
So that's a
It's
good.
6.
That's a 6.
And plus athletics, that's a 9.
Bye.
You're all climbing up. Her check is leading the way, making it a little bit easier, and you're actually having a good time. Like her check's making it easy enough for you to just like, you actually fold your arms up for a second and just like lean back and just let him pull you for a little while. Then you open your eyes and see that there's a shadow coming your way, and you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as a pile of griffin shit lands on your face. And make a Constitution saving throw.
This one. It has to be this one. Because
For
this
check,
is-
your advantage is gone for your next check because you are compensating for Alexandria.
Yeah, what is this check?
It's
Yeah,
Constitution.
I think you're right.
Constitution.
The count, the ring goes south.
So 7.
7.
Scroll down.
Just the best.
You take 4 points of poison
Oh,
damage
shit.
From
and,
what?
and hurl
Griffin
off
shit.
of the side.
Oh god damn
He lost my advantage.
Being so high up, like you're now facing the ground as your body is slack, just like hanging as her check is climbing ever higher. And you look at the bottom, and seeing how far up you are makes you even more nauseous, and it upsets your stomach. This is not a good journey for you so far, Alexandria. You are best with your feet on the ground, it seems. Okay, you guys make it to the 120 mark, 120 foot mark again. Go ahead and roll another athletics check.
Yeah.
Play that song.
What song is it?
It's a messenger.
Aha!
Are we in a forest?
Oof. 20, not natural.
Good thing. Are we adding 5 again or no?
You are adding 5. Roll a Constitution saving throw, Alexandria.
Do I roll at advantage though or no?
You do.
Yeah, you do. Both of you do.
I'm at
still.
That is
22.
All right.
17 for the Constitution.
Okay. You manage to wipe clear
one
your
was
face
8.
of all of the
It's a
fecal
13.
matter. It's much different than you
12.
would have expected. It's it's griffin shit. It's kind of mythical in some way. There's like glowing blue flecks in it. And
Are we in a forest right now?
you are above a forest, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite terrain.
Me too.
I would consider this more mountainous. What you're in right
I
now.
would say you're looking at your favorite terrain.
Yeah.
You're looking at it.
But it's in my
And it
surrounded
helped.
by my favorite
It
terrain.
helped.
Which should give you
um,
disadvantage.
It helps you collect your thoughts and regain your composure as now you're
Have anything-
assisting
have
the
anything
climb
else that can help?
once again, clean once more. You guys make it to the 175 foot mark now.
I rolled.
It gets harder and harder to climb. Her check is now warning you guys and making absolutely sure that you're getting the handholds that he is and recommending where to go as you all are trying to move in tandem up. What did you rolled 17? You rolled 20. What was your roll?
11.
11.
No, wait. 12.
12. You guys make it to the 100 and instead of the 100 and fuck was it? You make it to the 150 foot mark
150
Okay.
foot.
right now instead, with Aldane sort of like, you feel the added weight of Aldane as he's just like slipping from his holds all the time and sort of like swinging
Get it
back
together,
and forth
Aldane.
sometimes.
I'm not
Yeah.
used to this.
Get that together.
I never learned to climb in the library.
Okay,
Oh,
150
fuck
feet.
yeah.
Roll another athletics check.
Do I get advantage on this one, or is it still gone?
You now get advantage again.
Do I cause disadvantage for being so bad?
Another 20. Keep
There
rolling
you go.
13s.
Dude.
Get
How-
it up out of here.
How
That's the
far-
second one.
How far is Aldane away from me?
Not natural 20.
Aldane is below you. He's right below you.
He's right below
You guys
me?
are all tied together, climbing together.
We doing another 5 to that roll?
Don't add. Actually, yeah, add 5.
Oh.
Nice.
16.
You add 5 to your roll.
18.
You don't get
Alright.
advantage.
18.
Right.
And then I actually have a cantrip I want to cast. It's called Mold Earth. And I'm going to create a shelf underneath Aldane's feet with the stone. So he can just stand there and take a break.
Nice. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to do that for as long as everyone is in within 30 feet
Is
of
this a
me.
cantrip?
It is a cantrip.
I will actually say that with the assistance of her check now pulling you guys, giving you climbing expertise, and your assistance of pushing out the stone continually because it's a cantrip,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are just climbing at this point.
Okay.
You guys make it past the 175 foot mark, the 200 foot mark, and you start to see the outlines of the proud cairns start to realize themselves more. And you see Lamahu, the chief of the proud cairns, who has now currently, like, he's shifted a portion of the wall over himself to protect him, and you see giant talon marks scraped across the top of the stone sort of like shelf that he's made. And the rest of the proud Cairn clan is doing that as well. They've been in this position for a long time, and they haven't been moving.
Okay.
And you see them about, you're at the 200 foot mark. They're 25 feet above you, and the griffins are dipping down, scratching
Don't get
the
hasty.
crocs.
We still got 25 feet. We could still slip.
How far are the griffins from me?
The griffin, various. They're
Various.
roll I'll say an investigation check for trying to understand.
14.
You see, every about 6 seconds, the griffins are swooping down, and
Okay.
they'll get very close to the Proud Cairn clan. There's 4 members of the Proud Cairn clan who have similar to what you've been doing, have sort of just like made these cubbies for themselves, and they're hiding inside right now.
All right.
And the griffin will keep a distance of about 30 feet away, just circling. It'll
perfect.
circle once and then dip down 30 feet. So they're about the farthest away that they're going to be from you up high is about 60 feet.
Oh,
So
that's perfect.
25 from you to
So I'm going
them.
to cast Fairy Fire. It's 20-foot cube on the closest one, which is about 60 feet. That is the max range.
Can
of
you
my
move
spell.
Fairy Fire?
I cannot move it, but if there is a group within the cast range, so if they're 20-foot cube within 60 feet, so it'll tag as many as it gets in that 20-foot cube.
Does the effect of Fairy Fire only last while they are inside, or does it add an effect and then
It
they have
adds
to
an
beat
effect
it?
to them, so it's like a enchantment to them.
But does it only last while they're inside of the cube?
No, it should stick with them. So each object in a 20-foot cube is outlined.
In a
Yeah.
20-foot cube.
Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails dexterity. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature has an advantage.
All right, this is what we'll do. This is a 20-foot cube, and they're flying creatures. It's about 100 feet in diameter. So we'll say that you put it on a portion of the stone where the griffins are flying, and every time somebody targets them, they will roll a d4. If they roll a 1, they will get advantage.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
So it's so it's accounting for the griffins in the 6 seconds of their turn, cycling, and then periodically they'll go through your cube.
Okay. Perfect.
Does that make sense?
That does.
That make
So
sense to everybody
once in a
else?
while, people will get advantage.
Yeah, well, it's all dependent on the roll. So at the start of their turn, they'll roll to see where the griffin is.
I see. This was also to help our boy down south, who's throwing rocks at them.
His rocks are nowhere near.
And
what
you
these-
hear another.
Secondly, well, I guess I have to wait a turn, but I have an action ready.
Okay, now that you guys see,
Combat music.
Bum, 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 bum. Final Fantasy X.
Yeah,
Combat
I'm not going into combat right
Final
now.
Fantasy X
What is
combat
this?
music, is
Fin-
that what you're requesting?
That's what I'm requesting.
I got it. No, wait.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, hold on.
You should really make playlists like combat music.
I have playlists.
Well, you don't look.
But it's just I'm finding that there are more scenarios that I, even being the DM, don't seem to plan for.
Wow, this is bringing back a lot of memories. I remember that one fight.
All right, where are we? Let's roll initiative. Right, meow. As you notice that the flight patterns of the griffins have changed as they've started to notice you, and they're sort of intaking their surroundings more. All right.
Blessings.
Egads. Okay, 25 or 20 to 25.
22.
Is it a natural 20?
Natural 22.
15 to 20.
15.
Okay.
Nice and diverse. Don't want to be all at the end and get dead again.
Yeah.
And
He's
The-
right back
The
there.
proud. Whoa. Okay. The proud cairns will have their own turn. They will be considered one individual, one entity.
What entity?
A 10 to 15.
13.
I got 11.
What's your dexterity?
Dex is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like total or just the modifier?
Modifier.
Yeah, it's 1. It's a
Okay.
+1.
Okay, Alex, you are up 25 feet away from the closest of the 4 Proud Cairn clan members. Griffins periodically swooping down, clawing across the stone outcropping that they've made to protect themselves. They are being beaten down and will soon seem to break off and reveal themselves.
do I see like the one that's like worn down the most, like the stone that's worn down the most? It's stone, right? That's coming over
Yeah.
here?
And it's actually like it's a much younger member of the Proud Cairn clan, maybe like 13-year-old kid who's like huddled up inside. He looks scared shitless,
Okay, so can I cast?
It's
How,
like
how far away is he
clenching
from me?
his fists like he's gonna make it.
How far away is he from me?
25 feet.
Ah, so can I cast a sanctuary on him?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I just want to cast sanctuary on him. That's a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I can't really shoot anything at this guy, can I?
60 feet away, remember.
60 feet away from the griffins? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to hold my action if the griffins get I'm gonna say, I guess, within 5 feet of me.
And you're going to do?
Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance.
Yeah, you utter a divine word and a burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed a Constitution saving throw. Or take 1d6 radiant damage. It's of my choice.
And when do they come?
No, within 5 feet of.
Within 5 feet? Okay, got it. All right.
2d6, I guess.
And how do you cast your spells? Like, what do you sort of draw?
Oh, this one's
onto?
just a verbal. I think it's just verbal. I just like speak a word of radiance and have a holy symbol. So
All right.
like, I'm just...
Widening your gaze and trying to just see the movements of the griffins, making sure that if they see you as their new enemy and attack, you are ready to defend yourself. Griffin starts soaring around the 100-foot diameter stone, disappears behind, and emerges from the other side, and sees Lamahu of the Proud Cairns, his sort of umbrella of rock on top of him is the second most cracked out of all of them, and it swoops down to try and swipe at him. Definitely hits. Talons grab into the rock, and it almost holds a state of stasis for a brief moment before flapping its wings and ripping the rock fully off, revealing Lamahu, who watches the shadow pass over him as the griffin passes around once more. The Proud Cairns are up now.
Proud Karen.
And you see Lamahu look down at all of you, and he goes, "Thank the gods for you." Wait, what was his voice? I didn't even totally forgot.
You gotta have that key. You gotta have that legend.
It was Cajun accent.
Thank the God for being damn you, baby.
The Scim of Tars! Thank goodness you've shown up! Please, we are humble druids. Assist us now! What would you have us do? And they're going to hold their action for you to just tell them what they're pretty much just said, like, we're druids. Think of something. And it is now Aldane's turn.
Can they grow trees out of nothing, or is that possible for them?
I wouldn't say large enough. What level are they?
From your experience with them, they seem
What
to
level are
be,
they?
if you guys are level 6 right now, they seem to be relatively
Less level.
much, maybe like 3 would be the leader.
All right, I would say anything they can do to enhance defense or maintain the structural integrity of the rocks, or to enhance our ability to attack the griffins.
How far am I?
Project, you're after Aldane.
How far am I away from? I know I'm the back.
Actually,
I'm like the bottom.
if you're the last one, you're about 35 feet from.
Ooh.
Actually, you'd be about 45 feet from the closest member of the Proud Cairn clan, which is the sort of like kid who's been holding his wits about him.
You cast
I cast spiritual weapon and put it kind of right in front of that kid hovering above him. It has 60-foot range, so.
Okay.
So I go ahead and cast it, and I put it there, and that's my action. I'm going to try to climb up closer with my bonus. Can I do that?
Yeah, you have movement. You have half of your movement. So half of your movement can be used, since it's been easy up until this point because of Theragar and Herchek's assistance. You have your full strength. So you can move. You can use half of your movement to climb with no difficulty whatsoever.
And okay, so
I'll say it'll be an athletics check if you want to use your full movement.
no, I will slowly climb up.
You have advantage on that, by the way.
I'm
Still.
not even going to risk it.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to climb up closer.
Oh, the biscuit.
Don't want to risk it. I'll just throw my spells away.
So I got my spiritual weapon up there. And
Aldane's just looking at his big beastly hands as he's climbing up. Like, what the fuck do I do?
By the fucking D!
All right, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna climb
Spiritual
up.
weapon bonus action, movement climbing up 20 feet. You're now... Wait, what's your movement speed?
Oh.
Because half of it you'll have covered.
13 and 30 feet.
30? So 15 feet, you're up with Alexandria right now as you've sort of gotten into position where she is. As you're climbing over, you see the predicament that the kid's in. Throw your arm... actually, throw your scimitar out. Is it...
Scimitar's gone.
Oh, you...
You
What
need
I-
one?
Almost
I'll
like
give you one.
Phantom Scimitar, you throw your hand out, clutching an imaginary hilt, and from that imaginary grasp, your spiritual weapon emerges and spins up to take up a defensive position around the kid, who looks at your spiritual weapon fly up at him and is just amazed. Like he thinks that he is blessed at this moment, as he almost like reaches his hand out to try and grab it.
Don't touch it.
Don't use your armor. Okay, you have your action.
I do?
Yeah,
Oh.
because you did. You
Oh, right,
bonus
there's-
action to cast spiritual.
Oh, yeah,
weapon.
that is a bonus action. My main action will be to bless my party.
Oh.
Bless up to 3 creatures within range. Range is 30 feet. I think I'm within range of all my guys.
Yes, you are for sure.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw, the target can roll a d4 and add that number to the attack or saving throw.
Oh shit!
This lasts about a minute, but, you know, a minute's a long time in combat years.
And you hear no.
I just say, yes! Yes, Flag. Harder now. Make noise. Yell.
You're telling me to yell?
Yeah,
Remy,
Flag.
did you see what dice I rolled? You didn't, of course. It was the bone dice. We'll get to that. But as of right now, her check. You're up.
That doesn't sound good.
And it's not good at
That
all.
doesn't
Okay, I'm
sound
gonna
good.
climb up the rest of the way
2.
to the top. Are we on? I thought we were.
So there's you're at 200. There's 100 more feet until the top. You are 25 feet from the Proud Cairn clan,
Oh, they're on like a.
and the Griffins are keeping a distance of 60 feet away from you, circling in the air.
Okay, then I'm just gonna run over to where the Proud Karen are, and then I'm gonna hold my action, hold an attack, 2 attacks, 2 reckless attacks. If a Griffin comes near me, gang, getting it.
Just jump on it.
And they will.
Jumping on the Griffin.
Yeah.
Jump on it.
No,
Jump
won't
on
do
it.
that.
Jump on it.
I'll try
Play
to
that
head
song.
Okay.
it. And that's,
The
yeah, that's it.
How many griffins are there? I didn't ask that.
There's
you'll
2.
be able to.
I'll roll next time.
A second circling griffin hones in on you, Theragar, and slowly arcs down, then brings its wings in closer to its body, extending them out
boy.
from behind it as it's diving down to attack you. The griffin passes within 5 feet of you as... actually, no, you're... Theragar's behind you, yeah. So the griffin passes behind you if you want to release your spell.
Attack of opportunity.
No, it's your...
You're
Well, you
5
can
feet.
do attack of opportunity, but you have
Word
your...
of Radiant.
Yeah, Word of Radiance.
Did you forget about
As well.
your own spell?
I thought it had to be my turn, or like, well, I guess not. It was a hold, so yeah, I'll do it. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It's 14.
Just going to keep that roll there. Fails, roll to 4.
It's 2d6 radiant damage.
Ooh, I don't like a lot of that. That noise.
Nice.
Like,
8
like a
points
dump
of
truck
radiant
of
damage.
dice. What has he got, like 50 tentacle talons?
8 points of radiant damage.
8 points of radiant damage? How does this manifest?
Just fire erupting from me.
Okay, you see the griffin coming down towards you, and just reflexive, you just release this fiery torrent emanating from you as its center, singeing some of the rope that you're holding on to, still holding firm as of right now, but it's just enough to push the griffin out about 5 feet from its attack vector and sort of sends it off balance before a stone cracks right into one of its wings, and you look down and see the rubber sort of like slingshot release mechanism flopping back and forth as Fleg and Flex high-five each other. And the griffin takes 22 points of bludgeoning damage and 8 points of fire damage, 30 points total.
Jesus.
As it starts to spin down and throw its wings out and start to correct itself, as it's now about 60 feet below you, trying to get back up. It had failed its attack. Now, Theragar, you are up.
Oh, wee. So what I would like to do is cast Fog Cloud.
Ooh.
And I want to shroud the team as best as possible from the Griffin's attack. Since they're overhead, I think I'm putting it above her check.
Yeah.
Which is what, a 20? I'll cast the second level one.
Why don't you cast that like horizontal, like along the wall? Like if it's a fog cloud like this, why don't you cast it this way?
Because it's a sphere.
Your sphere.
Okay. So it's basically going to be a cloud that hovers above her check and is a sphere. It's a 20-foot sphere.
So this is to obscure the view in between. So this will get, it's above her check?
Yeah. Well, so I'm imagining a cliff face. We're all climbing up the cliff face. Griffins are up here.
One griffin, you are now sandwiched.
One is down
vertically by griffins, yes.
Yes, but the majority are up here. And the damaged one is down here.
Yes.
The majority being one
the
fresh
stronger
one.
And so is your intention to spawn this fog cloud over all of you or over the Proud Karen clan and her check? Or
Proud Karen clan and her check.
Okay.
So the griffin shouldn't be able to really see past it unless he like flies way out.
Okay.
I mean, just the angle of it, I imagine, as we're climbing toward it.
Okay, yeah. You start sort of like throwing your hand in front of you and waving your fingers around as trailing with your fingers, these smoky tendrils start to and extend and enlarge and envelop the entire area of the Proud Karen clan and her check. And you just hear, I can't see shit now! And your vision is also obscured, but at least for the moment, it seems as though you are hidden visually from the griffins.
Seems for the moment, damn it. I mean, you could still keep climbing.
All right, Alex, you're up.
So everybody's within 30 feet of me, I guess?
Might as well just kill these griffins.
Well, can you throw
I would say
anything?
Everybody is
Throw people.
just within 30 feet of you.
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on everybody. Just because we're in the fog cloud there, nobody can see us, so I'm just going to mask us a little more.
Wow. Oh, shit. I rolled a natural 20. It's 44 points of bludgeoning damage on the griffin.
Ooh.
Wait, are we going back in time?
No, when I rolled for Fleg and Flex, it was a natural 20.
Oh, shit.
And the natural roll was 22. So,
There it is.
Yeah.
Grenade shot.
Yes,
Done.
so Alexandria, everybody is within 30 feet of you. You pass cast without trace. Or pass
Cast without trace?
cast without trace. You pass cast. You pass gas with a trace.
Hey.
Perfect. Did everybody hear that? I wanted you to hear it. It was a trace. So now we get plus 10 to all stealth checks, so we can just, try and do.
Could have shot like an arrow.
You also have your movement and your bonus action.
Oh, well then for my
as like the flapping of your leathers and your satchels on you, and the sort of like clinking of your plate armor as you climb dampens a little bit, and all of the sound around you seems to just quiet.
I actually just this is not good. So I'm gonna just end my turn.
Okay, one of the griffins goes down towards you, Aldane. Make a strength saving throw as the top
Does he have
griffin.
advantage?
He does.
He does have an advantage on strength as the top griffin dives down and angles towards you.
Okay.
As you are outside of the shroud at this moment.
13.
13. You take
Boy, oh boy.
you take 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay, do that.
And are thrown from the actually make a strength saving throw. No, you're
I'm the last. No, well, I climbed up.
oh shit. You three make a strength saving throw. As you are all connected by the rope. Her check, you still get advantage. You still get advantage.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Woo!
Everybody's fine.
14.
Everybody's fine. As her check, you are the eagle passes by you, and her check's arm leaves the protection of the fog cloud to grab your own. As you're thrown off, he grabs the collar of your cloak and just throws you back onto the ledge. But you do still take 9 points of slashing damage.
Easy
As
peasy.
you're thrown back on.
not
How
gonna
he
make it.
knew what happens, we'll just say the griffin's wings threw some of the fog cloud away enough to reveal a path towards you.
That's right.
Okay, next up is the Proud Cairn clan.
that
None of you
griffin
guys
came
actually
in-
ever...
Came in close to me.
Can you?
Oh
cast-
yeah, go ahead and roll
Yeah.
Attack.
attack of Ooper Tooper Dude.
Can they cast spider
Upper
climb on
Dunasty.
anybody?
Oopers.
They're druids.
17.
They have
You
spider-
didn't use your turn to say this.
Wait. 16.
16?
Yeah. To hit.
Oh, hold on, sorry. Yeah, it's...
Okay.
Surprised he didn't just say it hits.
Whatever.
Why?
Because he was doing that last time. He was like, so it hits, and I do.
I know when
Did
it
that work
hit.
on me?
I mean, it did hit.
It
Rolled
did,
like a
yeah. It was
22.
always like
Oh yeah,
over
but
20.
come on.
6 points.
I can't wait until you're supremely confident in a very high number you roll, and I just go, doesn't hit.
Yeah, just like that.
yeah.
How about that?
How done, indeed.
Yeah, hits. So what's your damage?
6 points. of
Oh,
damage.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it it?
16 hits and with 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that passes. That's not your turn. You still have your turn. The griffin went. The Proud Cairns say, we can still do things. We're not totally useless. And he starts making just like vines around him that like turn into like dancing people in his hands. You're like, see?
I shout, can you guys mold the earth to make it more stable around us? Maybe we can stand.
Can you hold them in place?
So all of your turns passed, and none of you actually said anything to the Proud Cairn clan. So they're like an asset that you have to utilize during your turn.
I see. Okay. It's a
Um,
good thing I had the rulebook in front of me.
I thought I mentioned something like that.
You did mention
You
something.
did say tell them what to do. I just,
Aldane, you are up.
just didn't do it. Just didn't.
Tell them what to do.
Aldane?
I don't know what to tell them. I don't know
Tell
what
them
to
to heal you.
Spider
Anything.
climb,
Tell
spider
them
climb.
anything.
Tell them to
What do you
hold-
want?
Hold
If
those
they can.
griffins.
Ground.
Ground them.
All right, I'll talk to the.
Freedom of.
All right, so I talk to the proud Karens, and I say, those of you.
No, also know that all of the proud Karens and her check, like you are yelling up to a covered, a fog covered sphere. Can't see shit.
Climb up into the sphere.
I can't see shit.
They can see if they're illuminated.
That's still at like a fourth portion right above them.
But once they pass through.
Yeah, you gotta. If you're targeting the griffins, you roll a d4.
Well, I'll just say this anyway. So then,
Say it.
you know. So those of you that can fight, please attack the Griffiths with any spell you may have.
The griffins.
The Griffiths.
The Griffiths.
And for those of you that do not have any attack, fortify our strength with as much will as you have.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Hey, it's better than...
Now do your move.
Now my move is, I'll take my spiritual weapon.
And you can see it sort of like glowing through the fog swirl.
Can I move it and attack with it, or?
Yeah, you can.
It can move up to 60 feet, but is it within a range of a?
All of the griffins are within 60 feet.
Yep. I'll move it towards
The weaker one is below you. The better one is above you.
Yeah, I'll move it towards the one above.
Okay.
And slash with it.
Hey, where are you going,
Hey, you are my friend. I forgot.
Billy?
1d8.
1d. Roll to attack first. You presumptuous
It hits.
son of a striga.
Son of a string. Wow. It's a 10.
Plus.
Yeah, do you add anything?
Hey, blessed.
What?
Plus.
Oh, I am blessed.
Plus.
Are you blessed?
Has it been a minute?
So has it been over a minute? Oh no, I'm
No,
not
no, it's
blessed.
not.
I'm not
You
blessed.
were not blessed? Wait. He can bless, I thought 4 people, right? Or 3?
No, I blessed
Bless
3.
Anybody.
Oh, you. Oh,
I
okay,
blessed
you
them.
blessed them.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Wow.
I don't add anything to my attack rolls. Right?
Okay.
So go to your spiritual weapon, and it should tell you like plus this, add that.
I'll let Jared translate.
I might be able to
No, the spiritual weapon's right here.
do a little
Bottom one.
swiggity briggles.
That's plus 5 to hit. So that's
15.
Plus
15.
5 to hit. Yeah, definitely. Yes.
All right.
There you
Go ahead and roll
Wow.
damage.
We all learned today.
Hey, you fucking did.
Bringing some of the fog with it as it exits the
no,
fog
my
sphere.
fog.
Get back in there. It's
8.
like
I'm gonna make some more.
8
Please
points of
don't. You hear
damage.
the fog.
Oh, my fog. You guys want more fog? Here's more fog coming right up.
Fog,
Plight you.
please.
Make some more
all right.
fog.
Aldane, that is your bonus action to move and attack, and you still have your action.
Ooh,
That's true. I still have my action.
Her check, you're up after.
got it.
I am going to. I'm gonna bless the three powder cairns.
All right. Okay. Fuck yeah. As your turn ends and you shout, after you shouted what you did, her check, your feet, from your calf down,
I'll say
starts to feel much lighter as you see particles of stone start to float around your calves, spinning almost in this like orbit-like fashion, and you feel a little bit lighter. You almost feel like you almost comfortable, like jumping off. Like you might have a double jump or something.
Ooh.
You were saying?
I was gonna say, take this blessing to fortify your will. As I bless the powder cairns.
All right.
I'm adding spice.
I like. It's so nice.
And in return, take ours.
Ooh.
A foreign voice that you haven't heard yet. Alexandria, you feel this same sort of lightness to your feet. And actually, you feel more of an adhesiveness to your feet. If you are familiar with the spell Spider Climb, that has been cast upon you, and so now you can effortlessly grab onto the walls. And you also, let's see, Griffin.
Ooh, is a Griffin
Proud
name
Cairns.
right now?
Did you just skip me?
I didn't skip. No. So the Proud
No,
Cairns' turn
course not.
is in front of Aldane's.
Yeah.
They were waiting to be commanded. Aldane gave the command, and this is the effect of it. You see the Griffin spin around the radius of the stone again, disappear and emerge. And as it emerges, you see its wings almost like contort, like the wind is swirling around it, and it gets taken and thrown into the rock as the side of the pillar that you guys are on cracks a little bit, and the Griffin regains its composure once more and tries to or continues its lap around, and you sort of hear like the feeble I still got it of Lamahu, and he takes Lamahu, you suck. He takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
But it looked really
He
good,
still
though.
got it.
Looked real strong.
He got it.
Herchek, you're up.
All right.
Theragar, you're coming up.
All right.
All right.
I'm in this cloud still.
You are.
I will exit the cloud.
Up or down?
Up. I'm gonna go up. Just outside the cloud, and I'm gonna yell at the Griffin. You suck at flying and you're ugly. Come at me. And I'm gonna hold.
What are you, a lion or eagle? Make
Yeah,
up your
you
mind.
make up your mind. You're a stupid creature. And I'm gonna hold two reckless attacks if it comes near me with my axe. And that's my turn.
Its intelligence is too poor to register. You're holding your attack until what?
It comes near again. Flying creatures are not my forte.
All right. Remember, you do feel
Oh yeah,
sort of like a
I did
lightness
have that
of,
double jump. Oh yeah, fuck. It's too late.
and one of the griffins has been slammed into a lower portion of the stone pillar that you guys are
Nice.
climbing, and is, I would say, within 15 feet of your range.
Ooh, yeah. Can I then use my movement to like jump off and then attack and then jump back?
You don't know much about why the mythical and mystical
jumping
things.
towards
No,
the
I know,
fucking
no.
griffin.
But you don't know much about why mythical
Whatever.
and mystical things happen in the world. You just know to trust in your gut, and with the sensation that you've been given. With seriously,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Natural 20. And then
Nice.
yeah, mid-air, also raging.
you jump out
explodes
of
with
the
fire.
you jump out of the fog cloud. Some of the fog is trailing your feet as you leave. See where the griffin is to your right, about 15 feet off to the right of the pillar, and you can feel the pressure build up on your heels as you look at it, and you crouch down and release the pent up energy in your legs, jumping straight towards it. Go ahead and roll to attack at advantage because of the natural 20.
Ooh, natural 19, baby. So
Do you have critical?
No, I don't.
Critical.
No, it's not. That's
Critical damage.
Great weapon master. Critical.
Domage.
Or it's a fighter thing.
Okay, definitely hits. Go ahead and roll to attack. Or roll
Damage.
damage.
Ooh. 10 points of damage. Blood damage.
How are you gonna like reattach yourself to the wall without falling at this point? I'm curious.
You find out. For a first attack.
Reel your axe as you're flying forward. Spin, continuing with your momentum. Slashes through the armpit its wing starts to sort of limp a little bit before reasserting its energy and maintaining momentum once more. You have just enough time to continue with the spin and attack
Natural
once
20.
more. Natural 20?
Pax dice. So last time it was this one. Now it's
Okay.
Pax dice.
What added feature do you want to this attack?
I want to just completely bisect a wing and make it safely back. As long as I can make it safely back to the wall.
Okay. The griffin had been slammed close to the pillar, and was sort of regaining its composure and trying to find its equilibrium once more. As you slide under its armpit, carve around its breast, and then continue with the carve, spinning up. You take the axe and sever its wing, and continue with your spin and slam it, carving into the side of the pillar. Putting your foot down on one sort of outcropping of stone, you find your own equilibrium once more as you see the one wing spiraling towards the ground as the other is just frantically trying to find the equilibrium in the air. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh. 9, 10, 12, 15, 30 points of
What
damage.
30 points of damage?
For critical.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
don't
it's 15,
believe
15,
it.
15, and then, doubled for
A critical
30.
hit.
30.
My eyes must be deceiving.
I don't think I get brutal critical at this level.
Blood
That's
is
level 9.
trailing, falling from the wing and the wounds of the griffin as it is just frantically trying to understand what's happening to it as it's falling in the most pain it's ever been in its entire life. It doesn't know whether or not to focus on living or flying or what, as it's just like flaps one wings, slams itself into the wall, finds just a barely state of equilibrium as it's circling, and then loses it once more as it continues to fall down. And it's maybe 100 feet below you now as it's just like...
Hopefully Flip and Flock get it.
Some leaves from trees fly upwards, and silence.
Got him.
Good job, proud Karens.
The second griffin is going to
Welcome.
attack you now for sure.
That's
as it's
fine.
pounding its wings,
was holding my
ascending up
reaction.
towards you.
I thought
No.
I was next.
Not anymore. You're not next. You're after the griffin.
Ah.
But you also hear...
No.
You say
Alright, my
yes.
turn.
Yeah, what?
It doesn't hit me.
You were the first.
Flag.
What you did on your
Oh.
turn was... what did you do on your turn?
Yeah,
You held your action. Then you went. I don't think I passed you, but I think you did have your
Ooh.
turn.
What's this?
I think you considered his radiant thing his turn.
No, that happened in the past.
yeah.
What have you done? What have you done lately?
Druid Moss.
What was the last thing you did, Remy?
You think about that.
I
We'll
didn't
be
pass
there,
without
man.
trace at one
Oh
point,
yeah,
but-
that was it.
But no, that wasn't it because that happened. That was like the first thing you did.
No, because the first thing he did was
Oh yeah,
react.
I'm sorry. You did do pass without trace. Okay, so yeah, you made it effectively anybody within the shroud. The griffins are not even bothering with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the griffin's going to attack you. Her check.
Which it doesn't.
Rolled a natural 18.
It doesn't hit.
Go ahead
wearing-
and roll a strength saving throw at advantage.
I'm a spiky boy.
You take
Natural 19.
12 points of slashing damage as its
Halved?
talons claw
halved?
you. You're not raging, are you?
Yeah, raging. Yeah.
He's been raging for
Okay.
a while.
All right, fine. 6 points of slashing
Raging
damage
boner.
as the talons rip into your skin, and you feel them try and rip you off of the pillar of stone, and you just grab with your hands even in stronger and pull yourself in as some of the flesh leaves you as the talons rip
Ooh.
away. All right, next up is Theragar.
All right. I use my whatchamafucks, my moon seeds.
What you my bucks?
I gather my moon seed from my pouch of mossiness.
My moon seed from my pouch of mossiness.
Sifting through, I pick out just the perfect one.
Uh-huh.
I chant my little incantation, and I let it fly at the griffin. And it
Okay.
turns into a moonbeam of celestial magnificence.
What does it roll?
The moonbeam.
Constitution save 16.
Fails.
Oh, Lord.
Fails.
So it takes 14 points of damage. I was hoping for that 30. Get on Rekvar's level.
Who? Someone. He's dead. Damn
I know, but he did a lot of damage when he was alive.
Alex, you're up
it. No,
next.
he didn't.
He was really helpful.
He was.
That's why he died, because he made impact.
The majority of the griffin's wings, as the moonbeam spawns on it, as it exits the moonbeam, it's in white flames,
Oh,
Enters
sweet.
and comes out.
trying to ascend and just like flap its way higher to almost like it's looking at this like griffin, another world that it's ascending to, as it's just pressing its wings upward, trying its hardest to make it to griffin heaven. It is looking very rough. Feathers are falling down
Ooh,
from it
I
in
try to
white
capture
flames.
Any of these little feathers.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. Blood is also sort of like spiraling off of its form.
Sleight of hands dex,
Yes.
14.
14. Okay, you collect about 8 feathers.
Wow.
X.
8 large feathers. You sort of like swipe your own moonbeam damage flames off of them and add them to your satchel.
What happens to it? The griffin.
It's just trying to. It's about 20 feet higher than any of you guys at this point, and it's just trying to ascend and escape. It looks very, very bad. Alex, you are up, and you feel the wind dancing across your feet still as well.
So can I like bound up?
Yeah, you find that easy. There's no check for it.
How far is the griffin from us?
The griffin is 20 feet higher than her check, who is only a little bit higher than you. So I'll say like within 30 feet.
So can I just jump up towards the griffin and like grab onto the wall and slash with my sword? I guess is it near the walls, or is it just like somewhere way over there?
It's near the stone that you guys are climbing. Yeah, it's within like 5 to 10 feet of it. You may have to jump off, or like you wouldn't be able to grab the stone and then slash it. It's a little bit farther than that.
No. So can I like slash it as I'm going up? Or is that? No, yeah. I'll just do that. Yeah. I'll slash it while I'm jumping.
Okay, roll to attack with advantage, I would say.
What are the guys' names that are slingshotting?
Flag and flex.
Oof.
Flex and
Same
flag.
thing on both of them.
And what's his name is with him? Bitch boy. Forgot his name.
He doesn't exist.
6 plus 6 is 12. I get another attack. I have 2 attacks.
Wait, with advantage, you only rolled 12?
Yeah.
Hits.
The first attack. Oh, well, the second attack is
Powerful hit.
19.
Both hit. So it only has 1 hit point left, so your first attack would kill it.
Did you ever do that to me?
How
She's like, Jared, can you do this?
its
And you're
fate
just like,
is in your
"Oh,
hands.
sounds
What do
good."
you wish to do with it?
She doesn't remember movies like
I'm
I
just
do for some
I'm just doing
reason.
a simple slash and it's gonna fall.
But you
That's all
just
I can
do
do
it
right now.
anyway.
I have to hold myself to this
You
wall.
You have, as soon as
I'll
you
do
put
it
yourself off of the wall once, you feel this like pent up energy around the base of your feet. And you almost, you feel that all it would take is one mental release to release this pent up energy.
Yeah, did I just jump?
Yeah.
So I just hit slash and grab.
Okay, yeah. Just jumping around the fog, seeing the griffin trying to desperately escape, flapping its wings, keeping it close to its body as it's spinning up towards the sun. Alexandria leaves off, and you see this dispersal of green energy as her trajectory changes, beelining it straight towards the griffin, carving through its sternum and up through its chin, ripping its entire beak clean off. The griffin now arcs away, lifeless, from the spire that you are ascending, spiraling down towards the forest to meet with its deceased companion.
Do I grab the wall?
You do. Your vector was away from up diagonally and away from the stone wall, and then jumped straight back towards it diagonally with the griffin in your sights, in your vector. And with that, all of you sort of look at each other, look up, try and see if there's any more movement, any other wings, and it's
Climb fast now.
ended.
We did it.
Can you please take this crazy fog away from us? It's scary being up here and not seeing.
Just flap your arms. It'll go away.
Flap your arm.
Yeah, I make it go away.
Okay. Sort of like it almost
like
releases
Morrow
and
from Hunter x Hunter. Fill my lungs. Just do one big blow.
Nice.
as the fog sort of slides around the giant obelisk and leaves the other side, joining the rest of the clouds above. You all see the 4 members of the Proud Cairn clan safe, along with you all, as you see the sort of like large leaves pressing over the top of the top of this stone, as well as large sticks and logs protruding, indicating that a nest of some sort is at the top as well.
Eggs. Let us venture forth, gentlemen and lady.
Yes.
We're just going to stay right here. We'll start our descent.
Yeah,
No,
you guys got
no,
this.
Maybe start
No.
climbing.
Make some stairs.
You've made it too far,
I agree. Make some stairs.
and now we need to finish this. It's safer for you. You'll make it out alive if you continue forward. If you go back down, we're not going to be there
All
to
right,
protect
already. And they all sort of like grab the stone wall and press their bodies against it, still in their sort of like carved out portion. And you see this like perfect set of spiral stairs
you.
that lead all the way to the top. And you just hear the kid like, why didn't we do that to begin with? I didn't think about it until just now. It inspired me.
Good.
Wow.
Wait, that's
Wow. That's
Well, let's move. I particularly don't like fighting when I'm on the ground. I especially don't like fighting when the ground is a cliff.
So when do you like fighting?
I don't. I'm a healer. You idiot.
You kept saying I don't like fighting, but you
That
said you had to fight
reminds me of
sometime.
another healer.
Yeah, he was great. And then we met you.
But
Yeah, I just killed that griffin for you and saved your life multiple times.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no worries. Puss cake.
I start crying.
Oh, duh.
that's Aldane.
That's Aldane.
all right. Who all is going? Who all is ascending towards the?
I am ascending.
Continuing
I'm
to
ascending.
climb as quick as
Ascending.
possible.
Everybody does. All
Yeah.
right. Herchek in the front.
Yep.
Aldane in the back.
Yep.
All right. Herchek, Alexandria, Theragar, and Aldane. Just walk the steps, keeping your hands sort of trailing the cliffside as they're what's his name? Maximus Decimus Meridius in the beginning
Oh yeah. Stupid hand.
of Gladiator.
I actually like to perceive anything like dangerous around the face of the top if we're that close.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Without looking that way?
Well, we're heading up towards there. It is a 19. And specifically around the nest, I don't want to see any like old animals that might have been left up there waiting to get away, or any kind of chicks, adolescent griffins, things to look out for.
Okay.
Or treasure. Mustn't forget treasure.
Yeah. So as the closer you get to the top, you start to sort of motion for the group to slow down and listen. There's no crunching of sticks. There's no flapping of wings. But you do hear a shuffle. It doesn't seem aggressive. It doesn't seem large. As you round the corner of the stairs, as they meet the top, you sort of see this huge collection of, like, you almost see like wood from ships and houses and large mammal bones, and you see dead in the center, pristine, a white polka dotted yellow egg.
Oh, that looks delicious.
No.
And you see off in one of the corners a decayed less so than the other bodies, the body of a centaur.
No.
You looking at it and even understanding how big the griffins were, you are trying to guess how the hell they got a centaur body up here. But you imagine this might be Garelma's son.
Is there any indicators on the centaur's body, like a pendant or necklace, crown, any hardware that I could take from it and bring back?
Yeah, with your roll, you definitely see the braid of hair that's fastened around the neck. Scruffled, beat up, like a lot of the hair is loose and spiraling outward, but it fits the description of what Garelma was asking for.
Friends. How do you presume the centaur got up here?
I'm going to check this egg.
Well,
Yeah.
Like a goat, like a mountain goat, only a mountain centaur.
He died up here.
Well, obviously by the griffins. Griffiths.
Griffesu.
Can I inspect the body to see if it had talon marks, claws, if there was like a grip on it, as if a Griffith had brought it up there?
Roll an investigation check.
All right, that is low number. Let's see what we got going on here. What is it?
Did we identify where the shuffle was coming from?
Yeah, 14.
You're looking at the egg? Investigation check.
14.
So 13.
It's hard to tell because it has still been a significant amount of time as it's decomposed, and a lot of more of its skeleton is showing than its flesh. But you do notice in the portions of flesh drastic carvings of the meat just being pressed aside by talons. And not just two sets of talons, but multiple sets of talons seem like it had hooked themselves in and had hoisted the body up. It also looks pecked clean of most of its, I guess, what you would call good meat.
Can I ascertain how long it's been decomposing?
With the 14, it's hard. I would say in between like 2 weeks and a month. What'd you roll? What'd you just say?
Was it 13?
Yeah, you said 13.
13, yeah.
You rolled a 12 plus 1.
You're just investigating the egg?
Yeah, seeing if it's ready to hatch, if it's hatched already, if there's any...
You notice one sort of like something had shifted inside of the egg, and the egg sort of like tilted down a little bit.
Baby Griffin.
Yes, we should keep this one.
We should keep this one.
Then I guess gonna search around the area, I guess, to see any more like egg shells or anything, if there were more than one.
Give me an investigation check.
Give me an investigation.
I actually take the hardware from the centaur's body and just put it in my bag to take it back to what's her name?
Gotta at least
Okay.
try to carry this thing down.
The whole body? I'm not gonna carry the body.
Roll a.
We could throw it down.
We could tie ropes to it and then just like just levy it down.
Or I could
It'll
tame,
take a while.
I could tame a herd of goats to just walk it down.
What'd you roll?
What do you see any goats here? Do you see goats here?
Could you
I don't see
polymorph-
myself carrying it down.
Could you polymorph it?
Can I No, I can't polymorph it. That'd be sweet.
You find a few gems, maybe about 15 gold pieces worth of gems, just scattered randomly throughout.
I could sit here for half a day
want
and
gems.
cast
I wanna
mold
see if there
earth
are
until a
There's
slide
you
forms.
found no
that can
other
safely
hint of eggs.
just spiral him down.
15 gold worth of gems.
Are you spawning something for real?
I'm gonna.
I'm not fooled. Some druids have like spiritual animals that they can summon. So.
I do, just not one big enough to carry that thing.
Okay.
It
It looks like it'd be hard to bring the entire body together down as well. It's like if you grabbed
let's
it from
remove
one
its
portion.
head.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take my axe and I'll just. No, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
Simple.
Simple. We chop the
Simple.
body up.
Is the body like completely decomposed? It's gonna fall apart if we try to like bring it down.
It'd be very hard to bring. Like you'd have to be grabbing from multiple different, like all of the legs,
A
all of the
necromancer.
arms, everything together would have to come down.
Are
You
the
almost have to have like a giant.
Animate
axe
the
or
it
something.
has horns, right?
So it climbs
Horns?
itself down.
Do centaurs have like
Centaurs
horns?
do not have horns.
Hmm.
At least these don't.
Thinking of like fawns.
Some centaurs, no. Some centaurs for sure have horns, like ram horns. No.
That'd
That's
be
a
cool,
fawn.
but no.
Look, we'll grab its hand. Just chop the hand off.
Roll a.
I'm taking the hardware.
Yeah, take the hardware. We should bring at least a body part.
I
feel
think.
like that would be
What about
offensive.
What's an appropriate role for?
What about the braid?
hardware?
What about the braid?
The
The hair.
braid?
The hair.
How about
No, 'cause I think that would be
performance?
disrespectful.
Didn't
That's
you want
true.
a necklace from
I
her
guess
daughter?
sleight of hand.
I guess just the equipment.
It,
The shit-
it might be sleight of hand. Is what I'm thinking.
We'll
but-
just bring the equipment.
I thought she just wanted a necklace from for her daughter's grave. Up here.
In the
I'm
necklace?
pretty sure she just wanted the necklace.
Do you have the necklace?
I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, just do sleight of hand.
If I somehow fail this,
I
someone
will.
else
I'm
can
looking
take
also for the necklace.
No, the necklace is very easy to find. That was like
it.
the
Hey, 17.
17. Yeah, necklace. You just cut the rope
Shim-sham.
adorning it to his neck, and you successfully get the sort of like upper body leather armor as well as the
Ooh, is it better than mine?
the quiver around his back.
Okay.
His bow is also there, but broken and unusable.
You should bring it. We should bring it back though. The bow. It's his weapon.
All right, let's.
What's his name again?
Maybe the weapons stay with the
I don't think you
Guillermo?
guys ever got his
Afterlife.
name.
Of a centaur warrior.
Let's head back down.
You want to use your. You're a ranger. Do you want to ranger your way down? Figure out a way down from this mountainside, other than climbing all the way down.
See this griffin.
I mean, I was the one that found the path. I mean, it's whatever though.
Okay.
But,
Do you? Would you? Well,
yeah,
would
I'll
you
just
like to
get-
find an alternative way down? That's not this.
We can't just take the stairs
Yeah.
down.
The stairs don't go all the way down.
The stairs lead back to the
We have
path of
5
which we already
druids.
came back up. So we just take the same path.
All
Four
right.
druids.
All
Four
right.
druids, all casting mold.
I don't
earth
like
can-
climbing,
can
but okay,
Yeah.
Make a savvy set of stairs out of earth.
that's fair.
As you say that, you hear this like shifting of stone press its way forward towards you all at the top, and this like rectangle of stone emerges from the side, and
Spirit shrine.
stone slides down from the front of the rectangle, revealing the druids inside,
It's an
and they
elevator.
go, I don't know why we didn't just think of this to begin with, but yeah, we got mold earth, baby. We can
Let's
Why-
mold it.
go right up
Why?
and down.
Why didn't you do any of this?
Griffins are scary.
Could you get this griffin egg? Griffin egg? as well.
I'll put it in.
So we can just push
I'll put it
everything
in
into the stone
Panky's
elevator.
pocket.
Who's Panky? What's his pocket?
Panky's pocket.
Remember, Panky's not in this campaign yet.
I'm her, Jack.
I will take the Griffith egg. I will wrap it with my cloak and put it in my satchel.
What am I without
Is
a
it a giant
Panky?
egg?
It's a pretty big egg.
It's like 1.5 feet in like.
Oh,
I can
never
carry
mind.
it.
I'll take the egg.
I'll just grab it.
about
No.
a foot in-
Yeah, I
in
can
width
carry it.
What?
I can
At
carry
its,
it.
at its most width.
Who's carrying the egg?
I can carry it. I'm strong.
I'm strong.
Okay, you carry it.
Very well. Carry the egg.
Oh, actually, before you do that, can
Don't
I
drop it or anything like that.
like
It's very
investigate the egg, check it for like see if it's healthy, see if there's anything wrong with the egg, if it's
Roll a
a
nature check.
little.
I will also do the same.
Is that a nature
One
check?
of you roll at advantage, or both of you roll?
Is that a nature check or like is that not like a checking the health of an egg?
I mean,
Oh.
there's definitely signs
It is
of
a
healthy
natural
egg.
creature.
That's probably true. It's a nature check. Yeah, okay, fine.
Natch 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 14.
It could hatch any day now. You know that
This
when
griffin
it's
egg.
time to hatch, there's like a variance of a week or two in
Mhm.
between. So it could be now or it could be a week or two from now for hatching. It is definitely a griffin egg. It seems to be in very good condition as well. Very healthy at the same time. In order to help it along, you'd know that it just need a little bit of comfort and warmth. Just a safe place. So otherwise it looks like it's good.
I advise we don't show the.
You also know it's probably worth about 1,000 gold pieces.
I advise we don't show the blood braids. This egg. I'll try to exact revenge on it by killing it. We should keep it hidden till we're out of this.
Keep it hidden where?
How do you know that's not some?
I don't know.
Do you have a dimension?
I've got a very long, flowy, roby cloak. Just keep it and make it, look like I'm pregnant. Something.
You're also a man.
Yeah, you don't know that. Well, then maybe you could keep it
they
under
had-
your stomach, and you just got pregnant on the way up, and now you're nice.
But
Yeah.
one of you could empty out all of the contents of your satchel and fit it in to look kind of natural, only a little bit more bulbous. But
I have a backpack.
Look, they asked for the necklace.
You'd have to
they
empty
didn't
it
ask
out.
for a griffin egg. A griffin egg's clearly ours.
All right, well, it's a risk. They may just want to kill it.
I say we approach
Biscuit
this
for the
very
biscuit.
tactfully. We don't show them the egg, and we split up once we get down to the bottom. 2 of us take the egg and leave. The other 2
Take the neck.
hand over the necklace and explain what happened.
where do we fit in?
Should put it up.
The proud Karens are like huddled together, like gently grasping each other.
Let's just have the proud.
You join us in speaking with the blood braids.
They sent us up here. I would rather not.
We've completed the task.
We've completed it. You've completed the
task.
And the task, and the greater task is uniting all of us together. So
We did make the elevator.
Very good.
you also did make the elevator at the most inopportune time.
I guess we are pretty great.
But you can also guide Miss Centaur up to the dead body for identification after. if
Yeah,
needed.
I drag the body.
She
into
only
the
asked for the
elevator.
braid.
She did, but
Listen,
Respectful.
this is for the
give.
the task of uniting all your clans. If you don't want to do it, then we might as well let Lord Arentius come here and kill us all. Well, kill you all, because
Kill
we'll
you
be
all,
gone.
yeah, we'll
we
be
can
gone.
clearly fit this with the body needs to go. If it was you, would you want to be left up here?
And you see like
To
the
rot.
kid in the back like put his palms together and then push them apart, and the elevator gets spreads
go.
out.
There
a
we
little
go.
bit.
See, the
Where
kid
was-
knows- the kid
where
knows.
there we are.
All right, somebody help me
I
move
throw-
this body.
I'll help
Alex,
Things on the ground. Where was all this
Somebody
during the
help me.
fight?
We
Help
just
me.
thought about it.
I'll help you.
We're out of our element here, but at the same time, in our element
I
too.
still have advantage on a strength roll, so I can help you. I'm gonna help.
We're gonna
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna talk about
We're all moving the body.
motivation and
inside the elevator.
encouragement later on.
It wouldn't have been an adventure if it was so easy, right?
Let's go down.
Yes,
Let's go down. Let's go down.
All right,
It would
collecting
have been the
the
easy part of
egg.
the adventure.
body.
Gear.
You have the braid.
I have the braid.
You have the braid.
I have also the
15 gold
armor.
pieces in gems.
Gems.
You have the broken bow, the torso armor, and
some griffin
the
feathers. I
and-
got some.
Yeah.
Some. I got the necklace.
All
the
right.
braid.
Okay. The part of the stone on the outside portion of it sort of like shifts down to reveal the scene before you, and the sun is setting. It looks very beautiful far off in the distance, with some red spreading out on the backside of the mountainous vista in front of you. You start to see some, it's a bit more deeper of a red than you're used to seeing at this time of day.
Red
And you,
sunsets.
the trees start to grow taller, or start to ascend as your stone elevator descends and meets the ground. Where'd you get the braid?
We got everything.
Got it.
Landon emerges from the just spit on you, Rummy. I'm sorry. Emerges from the foliage of the forest.
Got the braid.
Another successful clan integrated.
What happened? Didn't you want the necklace?
The braid is the necklace.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the?
Yeah, it's like this intertwining braid of hair, 3 different braids intertwined together. Again, it's been through a lot, so a lot of the hair is just sort of like spiraling outward and furled. But it is this like beautiful blood red braid from Gorelma.
But I don't know Gorelma.
You know Gorelma.
When I pulled it off, you were like, you don't know if it's Gorelma. Because I asked whose name it was.
The body.
No. You just were not told what the son's name was. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
okay,
the son's
okay,
name.
okay.
But
We're
you
reporting back
like
to Gorelma.
everything that you encountered sort of showed signs to what Gorelma was asking for.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Landon.
We couldn't have done this without you all.
Really?
Looks like
We
we're
know.
getting our money's worth.
You really couldn't have, and you
That's-
didn't do any of this.
That was Lamahu. Couldn't have pulled this off without you all. You're getting our money's worth anyway.
Where is Gorelma?
Oh, she's probably at the camp.
Shall
To move towards the
You
gap.
see a small smokestack
Shall
about a
we-
mile out from where you are.
Shall we split up to give
Yeah,
Gorelma the
yeah.
news, and
Fleg, Flex, help me with the body.
we'll the others can take care of the egg?
Yep.
Why don't you talk to me with some respect? And I'll help you with the body.
This is Flex.
This is Fleg. The
Fleg,
thunder tusk.
please.
since when can Fleg talk like that?
No, Fleg is the more
Yeah.
sinister slingshot mammoth.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I did cut off his arm.
Yeah, that's right. But you did a good job, Flag.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You did a good job. You hit a griffin. That's pretty
Uh,
impressive.
I couldn't have done it without Flex's strength, as I'm currently missing half of my own.
Okay.
Ah,
You know that was your choice to lose your arm. Right?
How about this? Can you please help us carry this body? Just please.
Roll a persuasion check.
Please.
Add the charisma.
13.
With like one, I mean, he's limited to one anyway, but with one arm, he just like grabs some of the, just like the leftover tail hair and just lifts it up a little bit, but he's not actually contributing. He's literally just like grabbing
how
it.
about you show
It's
it
a-
a little
it's-
bit more
it-
respect, or
her-
I'll cut off the other
Her
arm.
check. It's appearances that matter. It's one clan carrying the dead body of another clan. It's a picture perfect moment. Just let it be whatever we got. Let's
What
take
is
it.
a picture?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Langan, get in there, help.
Just points to some drawings on the
Ah,
stone.
Picture.
They never told us to bring the
drawing.
body though. What's
Didn't you read-
respect.
It could be in their custom to leave the body where they died out of respect.
Alexandria,
know
how about
that.
you take the egg and
You
hide?
never know though.
Wait, so who is leaving and who is going to the camp?
I'm going to the camp.
I'm going to the camp to meet with Gorelma.
All right.
I
So
guess I'm taking the egg and walking with the proud Karens.
no.
We're not one of the
No,
proud
proud Karens.
Parent-
Everybody's coming with us. Only 2 people are leaving.
I will.
Leaving? Theragar and Alexandria,
No,
or
Theragar's coming to the
Aldane
camp.
and
We're
Alexandria?
going to the camp.
Okay,
Theragar's
You wanna-
Aldane and
Theragar.
Alexandria?
I will accompany Alexandria.
They're
Don't fuck this
coming to
up.
the camp.
I'm not gonna fuck it up.
Okay, we're splitting up.
And where are we meeting after?
If you don't remember, I was the one who
Landon says.
stayed her heart.
Where are the fields that we would? Where are the fields
With my
that we would
majestic
gather on
majesty.
like the whole army?
Ah, the meeting stone. I can take you there immediately after this meeting.
We wanna
I'm
gather
sure
everybody
Kashu
there.
will want to see us and hear our report.
We want to gather everybody there. Not everybody,
Yes.
but just the leaders, I guess. There.
Yes, it's now time to.
Once we get.
We
there.
must convene.
If we get Grimella on our side and the Bloodbraids. That's first.
She will be here.
All right.
Let's
well,
go. We're
let's
moving.
do it.
We're
Let's go.
moving.
Moving.
So who's going with Alexandria as she takes a step in the opposite direction?
I'll go with Alexandria.
Aldane. Okay.
Anybody?
Should we meet in 2 days' time?
2 days.
I don't know.
2 shakes of a badger's
We
tail.
meet in 2 days' time. So are you guys planning on meeting at the... You have no idea where the meeting stone is.
No.
Oh, we don't know where the
He
meeting
said-
stone is.
He said he'll take us there immediately after this.
Yeah, Landon will, who's going with them to the tribes.
We'll go to the kind of entrance of the tribe's village.
I pull out a map and I say point to it.
We'll meet like right outside the front entrance of the tribe's village. That
Yep.
area over there on your map.
Yep.
Well, why don't we just go together then?
He's got the egg.
He's got the egg. I don't want them to see the egg.
But if
Oh,
we're meeting outside of the village, we, theoretically would all have to go
Yeah,
in the
let's
direction
just-
of the
yeah,
village.
Let's all go.
And then, she can
We'll-
take a long
we'll
route. I
distract.
guess.
We'll meet.
We're
with
all going to the
Grandma.
village. You guys just want to go in. We're walking.
You just keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Yeah.
pass without
Keep
trace
stepping.
myself.
I can sit on the egg.
I
No.
pass without trace myself.
No, you don't conceal the
No.
egg.
Flags. Oh my god. Fucking flags.
I'm very warm.
Let's walk.
Yeah, he's very warm.
So we're all going together then.
Yes, we're all going together.
Alexandria pivots and Aldane on their feet, and they
Yeah, we're
join
walking,
you
I'm
all
walking, I'm
walking in
walking.
the same direction. Okay. As you guys are walking through the forest, we will use this time to take a break.
Yay!
And we'll be
peepees.
back here immediately to you all, you fantastic, lovely people who've been watching us this whole time.
Debating on which direction.
Toodaloo-loo-loo-loo. Yes, everybody together with Flex, Fleg, Landon, and the Scim of Tars proper, with the guest of Herchek from Orn's Obliterate, make their way through the forest to the camp of the Bloodbraids. Takes about an hour and a half before you find the tents that start to pop up. Much larger than the tents you're used to, as they are centaurs. Yeah, what are you guys doing as you have entered the camp?
I head straight for Gorelma's tent.
Same.
If
Like,
I don't see her around.
I help like bring the body and I help like bring it to Groma and then we'll set it down real gentle.
Real gentle like.
All right. So you just short questions walking around, asking where Gorelma is. That everybody knows, just like that way. Follow these roads in the main square, and her tent, a little bit larger, a little bit more adorned with war trophies and different weapons along the sides, is in front of sort of like the main town square, where there's like the pyre in the center, providing for the rest of the camp. And you sort of gently place the body of her supposed son, and Theragar, you present the trophy, his braid.
Not only do I do that, but I also present a couple of the griffin feathers, and just to say, hey, we've dealt with the griffins at the top of the mountain. We found this body. Not sure but I'm pretty sure it is your son.
What about the armor?
Here's also the armor and his quiver.
She, the flap of her tent just sort of like waves far out to the side, and she sort of takes her time leaving as the flap closes as she's entered the outside. And she sees everything that's being presented in front of her. You have her braid presented to her in a bed of the feathers that you collected to sort of say something along the lines of like, I've comforted you in the defeat of your enemies and the returning of your
a simple right of the wrong that obviously has happened to you.
Yeah. She was so stoic in the beginning, it's very almost off-putting to see tears roll down her eyes as she's looking at everything and seeing the bow, seeing the armor, seeing Are you two gone? You two are just waiting on the outside?
Yeah.
Aldane and Alexandria. Everything just comes flooding back in. She never expected to see her child again. And she rushes over towards him and caresses him and just like promises to give him a proper burial and just like the death rite of the blood braids. And she says, I will join you all in the fight to come. You have the blood braids hooves on your side and our arrows.
Huzzah!
You can count on us. And for your troubles, take this. And she sort of like has one of the priests unwrap a golden bow that she just sort of offers to the party, whoever's willing to take it.
Okay. Well, since we're here, I'll just grab it for now.
Scribings. And revealed from another sort of golden silk handkerchief, a potion.
Ooh. What color?
Brown, but with sort of like gold flecks swirling inside.
Well, that looks delicious.
And a pouch of 150 gold pieces.
Hell yeah.
This is all that we could give you for the great deed you've done us this day.
Well, thank you, Gorilla.
That is very generous.
Very generous indeed. Small token of gratitude.
If we also may take upon this generosity to ask for a emissary to bring along with us, perhaps yourself. We need to gather the leaders.
Horse, furred centaur emerges with a top knot, and says, "I am Felnog.
Felnog.
I will be your emissary."
Is it black centaur?
Yes, he's black fur, more light complexion of skin. It's more of like an oriental centaur, as he's got just one shoulder pauldron that has the different plating samurai shoulder armor.
Oh, okay.
And a bow slung around his back.
Right on. All right.
You have my bow.
Excellent. Say, Gorilla, there doesn't happen to be a shop in your lovely village that we could purchase some items.
What are you looking for?
A couple potions, maybe some just essential supplies that
Like healing potions.
we've depleted on our 3 other journeys.
Potions are very hard to come by.
They are indeed, as always.
That's why we asked.
Roll
If you have them, great. If not, we
a
will.
persuasion check at advantage.
Oh boy.
At advantage.
Yeah, 5 and 9. Persuasion's charisma 10.
Ooh.
We have some of our...
We'll be back in a moment.
No worries, bro.
Continue on.
Take care of your
Continue on.
shite.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, if we are to join the cause to come, we will need much of our medical aid, especially the potions. We don't know how to make them. The potions that we've come across, we've traded for, and therefore are a bit more valuable to us.
All right. Well, I hope the union of the tribes will educate all on potion making. For now, we will think we should be on our way.
Yes.
We have a meeting to attend to.
We do. This is a great day. We have now united all the clans.
It is a great day. Felnog, you are most welcome in our party. You strong-looking man, horse, centaur.
We'll look
man.
upon this day and remember what we have done and what we will do.
My arrows will slay your allies. I mean, your enemies.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty. Betrayal.
Your enemies.
Reckless.
We all
Hey.
died.
And the chief, she gets down on her hooves and sort of like presents herself to you as they sort of like they all get down and make this avenue for you to leave in. We shall see you on the battlefield.
Yes.
Lord Arentius will fall.
Indeed, he will.
Yes, he will.
And as you guys
wait.
start to exit their village, you hear lighter as this little girl centaur rushes out towards you and sort of looks up at you, Aldane, with these sort of like glowing, glittering eyes. And she goes, "This is all I could find." And she presents you with this clothed object.
It's a ball.
I will cherish this from this day to my last day.
She sort of like giggles and then gallops back to the village.
It's just a turd in there.
Big horse turd.
Got him.
Do I rejoin the group or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all leaving.
And I open the thing, whatever it is.
It looks to be a very high quality red swirling potion.
Oh, tender.
Can I medicine check it?
Tender. Yeah, go for it. Be pretty easy. Go do it at advantage.
Well, let me just verify. in case
By
I
the
roll.
way, fellas, and lady, I picked up. They gave us a bow, a golden bow with some red etchings, inscribings on it. I'm really not that proficient with the bow. I think it would be best to use in
Jesus.
someone else's hands.
I'm not using that thing.
Looking at you, Alex.
I already have a bow, but I
So you don't want a gold bow?
I will use it though, I guess.
No, that's cool. I'll sell it. Fine.
I will use it.
No,
It could be
it's,
magic.
It's not like weapons are expensive, and the exact weapon for a ranger doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. Just sell it.
She doesn't want it.
Just
Sell
want
it.
it. Sell it. Sell it. I mean,
Nothing's been
You see that
good
like
about it.
this golden bow, the front arcing portion of it is the torso of a horse mid gallop, and the handle is the what's the seat?
The shelf.
The
saddle.
Saddle. There we go. The handle itself is the saddle, and then the lower portion of the arcing bow
that.
is the golden outline of its legs, and so you're essentially just grabbing this mid gallop horse with this golden string connecting the top and bottom.
Can I investigate it to see if it has any magical properties?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
I had a 17 on that potion.
Can I try and shoot it?
Medicine check.
Cocked.
Greater potion.
That's
for you.
cocked, but it would have been a 20.
There's been a lot of 20s.
That is a 20.
Boom!
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh,
Just
God.
give him the card.
Okay, so it's the Centaur Sprint bow.
Ooh.
Your movement speed is doubled.
Ooh.
Oh.
And to represent that, you have a second pair of horse legs that sort of outline behind you as you run that push you forward.
Jesus.
And-
What's the ability again?
It's the Centaur Sprint bow.
Uh,
The ability is just your movement speed is doubled, but how that manifests is with sort of like ethereal horse legs behind
Should
you.
have kept that
pushing you
bow.
forward.
Alex didn't want it.
And it has a range of 120 feet, as opposed to like 60 or 90 before you have disadvantage. That's after 120.
Well, you know, maybe I'll just get really good at a bow.
Yeah.
No one else wants to use it.
I'm not.
I mean, his bow is clearly better.
Okay.
But I'll use it again.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
No one's making you.
No one's. It sounds like you're being forced. You're not.
I'd give it to Flag, but you know, you kind of can't.
I mean,
Keep it. Keep it. Keep it.
I mean, you
we
probably
can
need
trade
more.
it.
You probably need more.
Trade it. Keep
You
it.
probably need
Trade
more
it.
speed, so just use it to fire.
I could have a
when you
nub
run
holster
around.
smithed for me.
Yeah, go get that smithed.
I don't feel respected in this group anymore.
Oh,
Trade it.
Jesus
We could trade it for something.
Let's trade it for something. Let's trade it for a smithed arm.
You don't. Actually, you would definitely know what the damage output is. It is a 1d12 bow,
Wow. That's a thick bow.
and that's it. Just 1d12.
Okay.
It's a thick bow.
I don't even think I can even wield it. My strength is 9.
I think it's the dexterity though.
My dexterity is also 10.
I don't think I can use a bow.
Anyway,
You
we're
can,
ideating
you
on
can
this
use a
too
bow.
long.
You just wouldn't add your proficiency.
Let's
when
move
you
on.
Fire it.
Let's
I
move
see.
on. Let's
Yes.
move on from this.
Okay, we're
Well,
walking.
no, you guys are inspecting
already
this,
walking?
walking through the
Yeah,
forest.
we're
You have to
walking.
spend
Walking.
a few
Talking.
hours
What
leaving.
about that gold potion thing? Brown with flex.
Yeah, I handed it on over
You want
Two?
Can a medicine check?
to Theragar. Or yeah, no, I handed it to. Oh dang.
A medicine check.
Okay.
I mean, you both like a nature.
You guys can
and
both either
medicine.
roll or one rolls at advantage.
One could be like nature. One
Alright.
could be medicine.
Well,
Wait, I already rolled once. You wanna?
you want me to take a look?
I'll just roll at advantage.
This is the most epic forest.
Yeah!
Ever.
Okay, 15.
Very rarely you've come across these potions, and it's been more so related to like fetish alchemy than anything else. It's the potion of Satyr's Fancy, and it gives you a goat lower body for half an hour.
Yeah.
And so you form hooves and fur over your legs, and they sort of bend in the opposite direction to give you a little bit more
Thrust.
push and thrust. Yeah. So
This potion her check is for well, it's for after a major victory. I'll say that. When you're in company of your preferred sex for partying.
terrain.
Really?
It gives you plus 10 on your movement speed, and it doubles your jumping distance. So
But he's the only one that knows this.
Yeah,
But you said it's a
potion of Satyr's Fancy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives you that as like a side benefit of being
Yeah.
a main sexual drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you ever been to one of those donkey shows?
No.
Well, you don't have to with this potion.
Whoa.
Anyway, you
You
can
can
hold on
bring
to,
the donkey
All
show
right,
to
to your lower half.
I put it in my satchel.
All right. You guys are walking out of the forest, and Landon and the three FLE people, or FL whatever, the followers for the different tribes.
The Scim of Tars.
Scim of Tars. Landon goes, "Oh, now we just got to make it to the meeting stone, and the tribes will come, and we'll form a strategy to take on Lord Arentius. Oh, these are grand times it is."
Did you have to say it all out loud like that? Really?
Well, I'm on a high right now. You know how many epic things we just survived and encountered. You
That's a
guys
lot.
did some incredible things, I tell ya.
You used the word "we" though.
On a mammoth. Well, I was there.
Yeah. Witness.
I sang a few tunes.
You
I
witnessed.
We saw your-
guided some of your
we saw
blades, so to
footprints in the
speak.
snow. We saw your footprints
Witness.
in the snow. That was really real fun.
I like to leave clues.
Well,
And we saw you cheering from the very bottom of that rock as well.
I was cheering.
In
I'm on your side.
Everybody will be there in 2 days' time.
All right.
And that's when we'll take on Lord Arentius.
It'll take about another
2 days.
about a day to get there.
Six
It's
days.
located in the very center of the steppe.
Mm.
How come we haven't seen any hint of Lord Arentius this whole time? What has he been doing?
And at this point, as you have exited the forest and the vastness and openness of the steppe is revealed to you once more, and you see the mountains off in the distance that locate or that illustrate the boundary between the northern territories and Lord Arentius's reign. You see the flames, or the color of flames, sort of raise over the horizon of the mountains. And Landon goes, well, there's your sign right there. That's where Bleakwood Stronghold is located, over that ridge. They're preparing for something. I think you know what.
Am I seeing fire, like smokestacks coming out of that place? Or
It's just like a bright red, like deep red and orange horizon outlining the mountain range. And you do see some sort of like embers raising into the sky.
Well then, let's go to that meeting. Well, how long will it take us to get there? Is it a day?
About a day. All right. Who's leading the way?
I will lead, but I will need guidance.
All right. I'll be your guide. Let's go.
All right, roll a survival check with advantage. As Landon knows like the general direction, but he
Wait, am I rolling?
he needs somebody else to help.
18.
Okay, yeah, everything goes as planned. You guys camp for the night.
Long rest.
Dire wolves intercept you in the middle of the night. You quickly dispatch them after taking on a griffin. Yeah. It's not much. The proud cairns are also still with you now. And they make it not a shitty pelt. They make it actually a very high quality pelt, the proud cairns.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah. And night passes. You guys get your full rest. All of your spells are returned to you. Your health is returned to you.
Hooray.
And midday the next day, still the perpetually cloud-covered sky looms overhead. It's about 12 regular human time equivalent. You ascend over the next hill to see what looks to be like a Stonehenge structure in the center of a vast plain. Bright green grass in every direction, pretty much. You do notice that the Golden Sunrise has made camp here already. It seems like they've been here for a few days. Sort
Wonderful.
of golden cloaked clan that hired you all to begin with. You see Cashew in the center of this Stonehenge structure. Being the only structure around, you can only imagine that this is the meeting stone that they've been referring to. What do you guys do?
I greet the gold-robed fellas. And I say, hello. It's good to see you. How long have you been here for?
Oh, we've been here for a few days. We got word yesterday that you did it.
We did it.
You united everyone. Oh man, Cashew can't wait to see you guys. He's got a prize for you. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat Lord Arentius.
Where is Cashew?
Yeah, where's
I
Cashew?
just found his name.
And you peek through the Stonehenge structure to see Cashew standing in the center, wreathed in his golden robes.
Cashew!
A smile on his face.
Yes, come, you've done it.
We've done it,
You've
Cashew.
done it. Scim of Tars, you
The
live
Scim
up to your name.
Of Tars.
The Scim of Tars.
And with us, an emissary from each clan.
Indeed.
Wait, what was Cashew's stake in all this?
Cashew just seemed to be the most conscious among all of the clansmen of the threat of Arentius. And he knew that that's why he hired you guys. It's like, we are, in it too deep. We can't communicate with each other. We need an outside force to be able to speak to the rest of the clans.
What clan is he from?
The Golden Sunrise.
Cool. Oh, they're a clan of their own. They're just...
Yeah, they were not one of the 4 that you guys had to go out to get. They're the one that hired you to begin
they're
with.
rebels against Lord Arentius.
Yeah. They were held up on the outside perimeter of the Northern Territories that dealt the most with Lord Arentius's incursion.
So they've been keeping us safe. All right. Shiny
Yeah,
clothes.
we've been trying, yes. And you've come through marvelously. You've fulfilled your end of the bargain and more. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine all 5 clans of the steppe would be willing to speak to one another. And as you fulfilled your end of the bargain, we will fulfill ours.
Actually, we never mentioned you to them, so I don't know. We don't know about that. Actually.
I'm sure they would have figured it out.
They know. We had the patch,
No.
the symbol. We had it on us.
Well,
I didn't
We
give
never
any symbol,
mentioned
no,
them
but
once.
maybe Rekvar did.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning there one time we were mentioned, I'm not sure, but
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, look every
Yeah,
time.
we did it.
Yeah,
uniting
later-
the clans, we're the Golden Sunrise is
They
one of those
know.
clans, It's, they would have assumed. It's okay.
You look important.
I am very, very important.
We can tell.
But we are going to fulfill our part of the bargain now, and he
Kicks behind him a chest, and you hear the ruffling and shifting of gems. The large chest of just filled to the brim with gems that was promised to you at the beginning of this journey is located right behind Cashew. And he says,
feel free to use it as you please. It is yours now. We needed outsiders to unite us, but from here on out, this is our fight.
Really?
Are you sure we can fight alongside?
and
We did all
the
this
other
work.
clans start to arrive at this point, and Argot is circling with his tribe, getting closer towards the meeting stone, and he goes,
Yeah! Leaving more fight to us! You just get out of here and scram!
and then the Thunder Tusks sort of pound their way down into the valley as well, and this kid of the Thunder Tusk tribe, maybe like 5 years old, is playing with like a squirrel, and one of the elders just kicks the squirrel out of the way and hands him a spear and pats him on the back and says,
Yes! Leave the fighting to us!
and then the proud Cairns that have been with you the whole time are looking at in your guys' direction. They're nodding their head wide-eyed like, no, please stay.
I think
And Landon actually says, come on, you guys are pretty much one of the tribesmen here. You have as much a stake in this as they do, don't you? We say we stay and fight.
I'll stay and fight. I wouldn't say.
But
Yeah,
there's
I
also
would-
a lot of gold over there.
I wouldn't say all that, but we will fight.
We were paid to do our job. We did our job. Now, is this another job you're offering?
Well, 2 are offering. I feel like the other
Yeah.
2 clansmen aren't.
Roll a persuasion check all day.
Oh,
I'd say at advantage because the stakes are quite high.
Oh,
for the other
shit.
side.
Oh,
I bless
man.
myself.
Oh.
You can. Do you?
I
You
don't because I rolled a natural 20.
Boom!
What the fuck?
Like all of our rolls tonight.
Dude, no, I
I've
rolled a 1 and fell off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, he rolled 2 natural ones. Come on.
Come on.
Which ended up being
Come on.
zeros because my athletics is
We
minus
have
1.
rolled like at least 12 natural 20s.
That's a lot of 20s.
That's also
tonight.
true.
Like
This is a
every-
20.
That's 20.
And it's been with a different dice.
You said at advantage, otherwise it would have been a
the-
7.
the Cashew, the chief of the Golden Sunrise, he says,
All right. I hate to admit it, but we could use your help.
Wonderful.
We're going to have to pull out all of the stops for this one. And the spirit of the steppe has spoken. They know who they will follow into the end of days.
and you see in the center of this puddle of mud, in the middle of the meeting stone henge collection that you guys are inside of, the water start to grow and form into the shape of a fox that sort of rolls around and starts running around the puddle and into the grass, and the liquid of the puddle leaves it as the leaves of the grass start to replace the liquid and form its fox outline still. And it runs in between all of you, and its sort of natural plant form and water form pieces spread out, start to swirl around you as a group, and you feel faster. You feel more confident. You feel lighter. You just feel almost buffed overall as it collects back into the fox, and the feeling leaves you. It starts to just sort of like prance around your feet.
This is the greatest honor that our tribes could ever offer. An outsider, much less one of our own. Or one of our own, much less an outsider. The other way around. If you will fight with us, we would gladly accept your aid as one of our own, carrying the banner of the steppe as the spirit follows you in battle.
That's the reward.
The spirit of the steppe is essentially your
It's
reward.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, spirits are great.
Yeah. Take a spirit. Yeah, no big deal.
All right.
Does the spirit follow us around? What's going on?
It does, yeah. It sort of
It's a matter.
unbiasedly will sort of like follow you guys individually, will like play with one of you and then meander off to another to play with them. It doesn't really it doesn't seem like it's tied to any one of you, but it does seem like it is loyal to the group as a whole. And then you see like the proud Karens starts like, we were with them. Like they just hang around you guys to see if the spirit will play with them, and completely
I'd
ignores
like to
them.
investigate what type of spirit this is.
Okay. Nature, Arcana, or History, whichever one.
Well, history, of course. 18.
Okay. You do know that this does appear to be like the multi-elemental spirit of the entire land that the steppe seems to be. This is one of the spirits. You notice some iconography throughout your travels to each one of the tribes, and you've seen some form of this creature represented in various different ways. So it just seems like the soul of the land that you're currently on.
In terms of knowing what the soul can offer an advantage for us, that's in terms of like luck. Is it good luck? Is it something that'll help us?
More elemental
perceive?
in nature, like.
Like how would
It's very whimsical in its nature, if that makes sense. So it's like
can it
it
sense
just
danger?
showed you that it could increase your speed and your agility, and it was that was just one sort of like function of
Right.
it.
I guess I'm trying to determine all that, the functionalities of it, or is that just like a
It's hard.
limitless thing?
It's a whimsical creature.
It's a whimsical creature.
Yeah.
As my background as a sage, could I recall like a text or a scroll at some point that would identify these things?
I will say with the role that you had before, just to dive a little bit deeper,
Nice. Sabaton.
Yep, this is what we need
is
during
my-
this.
Yeah, this is my Nordic pilgrimage.
All right. My crisis has been set. I had a crisis on the phone. It's been set.
Good.
Oh no!
You tell them to how it done.
Nice.
How about that?
I am now back in the game.
It is very empathetic to the creatures that it's around. What you've read about this creature,
Mm-hmm.
it can almost assume the needed desire of the individual that it's bonded to,
Okay.
and so it can, I suppose, get on the same mental wavelength and just accentuate what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mimic.
Very good.
Yes, they are just a buff, a boon to your party.
A buff and boon.
Yeah, and it's like quite a legendary boon as well that you know. Like you're cross-referencing and reading. It's like, no, it couldn't possibly be. Oh shit, yeah, I get. Oh wow, yeah, I guess it is.
Quite the blessing.
Yes. And with that, all of the clans of the steppe start circling the Stonehenge structure and yipping and yawing into the air and cheering. And Cashew, sort of on the centermost stone, you notice there was a veil over what seemed to be something hidden on top of a rock. And he rips the blanket away to reveal stones in the shape of a castle and different units being placed on almost like a battle board. And he says,
Now we must plan. We must make sure that we have steeled and studied minds before we take on the Bleakwood fortress. This is the best of the information that we know. This is what we know Lord Arentius wields. This is what we think he wields anyway. And these are our known forces in power.
and you see like him pointing to different stones and pieces, almost like chess pieces, on this board that he has played out. And we will pick up here next time, where you will have a battle board with which to plan your assault on Stronghold.
Look out!
Could this be the? Could this be?
I hope we have figgies, because
Could this
as of
be
right now, I just have cutouts of
I have
swords.
I have a grid, and with like expo markers, and I never use it. Should I just
There's a
bring it
grid
over?
under there.
Okay, cool.
It's
But you have a bunch of like classic Warhammer figurines, right? Not 40K. We could use those.
I don't have any classic.
my
ones.
God, I hope.
I thought you did. I thought you painted a bunch.
Maybe
I
we
did
should
paint a
take-
bunch. I
we
gave
should-
him
we
back.
should get
No.
some from Steven next time
No.
we're down there.
Bunch of
Like, yo,
grots.
hook us up with
Bunch
some
of...
Age of
bunch
Sigmar
of-
shit.
Age of Sigma. That'd be
I
dope.
got a
We need
whole
some Age of
Sylvaneth army.
Sigmar shit. Yeah. That's what
I have a
mean.
Sylvaneth army I could bring.
We'll figure
It's a
something out.
Sigmar. Smegma.
It's gross.
Thank
Not
you for
gross.
joining us, Sassans. Look forward to the next episode of the Scim of Tars.
Could it be
where
the
we
last?
dive deep into board battle combat. Something that we've never really done very well in the past. So we'll try and do better.
We should get it over.
So
over
we'll
the camera.
continue not doing well in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna
Get
need
that
like,
top-down
get it
view.
Top down.
I have, if we got that far this session,
Oh.
I would have put my phone in here and we would have gotten some high quality battle cam footage.
Whoa! Look out!
Look forward to
there
something hopefully better than that next time.
Sponsored by.
Assassins. As always, we're not sponsored by anybody
Yet.
until fate next brings us together.
Ready, guys?
And never stop playing role-playing
Playing
games.
things.
Or painting
And
figures.
games.
Painting figgies.
夜明け生まれ来るものよ決して